Diaconvowel. Space is big, really big. You won't believe how vastly, mind-bogglingly big it is. You may think it's a long way down the road to the chemist, but that is just peanuts to space. Now here we are to find out how far the nearest star that you can see in the night sky is. And we're here in New Brighton with a piece of paper and a pen. So here we have this. To scale, roughly, here on this piece of paper is the sun. That is just a dot. Next, here is the Earth. It's so small we can't see it, but it is 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches from the sun. Let's mark it down anyway. And here is the moon, 7 millimeters, 1/4 of an inch from the Earth. And this distance is the furthest that any human has travelled. The next planet we'll look at is Jupiter. Now that is a bit further away, 3 foot. Let's mark that down. The next one we'll look at is Pluto, everybody's favourite planet. But that is 3 meters, 10 foot away. Let's have a look at that. And the next one to look at is Voyager, the Voyager spacecraft, the furthest man-made object that was launched in 1977. How far away is that? Now that, 10 meters away, 30 foot. See how far that is? So now we have to travel a bit to find the nearest star. Now let's go and take a walk. Actually, walking isn't going to help. Let's get back in the car and take a drive.
Got a deep down feeling I didn't care. Now I'm free and your pedal's just gone. I'll make the most of the freedom that I've just won. To win your life back is a beautiful sight. Now I know you were wrong and I'll be alright. Time's a healer, so everyone says. Now it's been 6 months and 7 days.
So here we are at the Ellesmere Port Boat Museum, 12.5 miles away from New Brighton. And we reach our first star, the closest star to ours, Alpha Centauri, 4 light years from here, but it can only be seen in the Southern Hemisphere, just up here next to the Southern Cross. But to find the nearest star that we can see in the Northern Hemisphere in our night sky, we're going to have to travel a little bit further. Let's get back in the car. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, the closest star is Barnard's star, but that is too faint to see. So here we are in Wrexham, where we find the brightest star in the Northern Hemisphere and the closest that we can see. The star, Sirius, is 8.5 light years from the planet. It's actually in the constellation of Canis Major, and you can find it if you can see Orion in the night sky. Here's a bit of a map just up here. Quite easy to find, it's pretty bright. The star, Sirius, is actually 2 stars. The main one, Sirius A, is almost twice the size of our Sun. And the smaller one, Sirius B, is smaller than the Earth. So when you find this star and look at it, you're actually looking at what it looked like 8.5 years ago, literally looking back into the past. So just imagine this fact. We started off with the Earth being 7 centimetres from our Sun, and now we are 25 miles away from New Brighton, where we reach the closest star that we can see in the Northern Hemisphere. It's taken the light 8.5 years to get here from this star, but if you were to drive to this star, just like we have driven here today, it would take you 10 million years if you put your foot down. So as they say here in Wales, thank you very much, Diolch yn fawr.